Yo, what's up everyone? This is Valoramous. In today's DJ tutorial, I want to review how I handle song requests as a DJ during public and private gigs. So in one of my earlier videos, I created a funny video about the various types of song requesters. In this video, I want to summarize a little bit of that video, but more so discuss with you my tactics for handling song requests. So my number one tip for you as a DJ is to be professional and entertain these requests if you can. You know, if you're in a booth that's private, maybe at an upper level club, you will probably not be able to entertain requests because there's going to be security around you to where the general patrons will not be able to come up to you and ask you questions at the booth. But if you're in a lower level setting, you probably will have interaction with the audience. So the first tip, my number one tip, is to be professional at times, because if you go savage on these patrons and customers, they can write a bad review of the establishment, which will then reflect not only on you, but also the business owner that hired you. So be professional at all times. But my number one tactical tip is actually to have a small notepad or just scratch pad, various sheets of paper at the side of your DJ decks, that way, and have a pen. That way, if someone has a request, you can tell that person to write that request down on the sheet of paper, and then you can entertain the request. Now, I find if they're able to write that request down on a sheet of paper and then give it to you, they have basically done their job, and they will treat that as a sign of respect from you that you were entertaining the request. And then at that point, you can either play the song or you do not have to play the song. Now, as for someone coming up and asking you directly, will you play this? There's a couple of ways you can handle this. If it's a song that I plan to play anyway at some point, generally I will tell that person, yes, that's a great idea. I really appreciate your request. That is an awesome idea. I'm going to play that song. So you already intended to play that song, but that person doesn't need to know that. Just pump up their ego and let them know that you plan to play that song and that was a great idea. Now, maybe it's a song that you plan to play, but not immediately. Now, how you can handle this is just say, hey, I'm going to play that, but just not right now, so please be patient. So maybe it's a song that's better for peak hour and you're at the beginning part of your set. You can just tell the person, hey, I'm going to play it, but just not right now. Another way you can handle these requests is just straight up no. That's always a word you can use in your lexicon. No, I'm not going to play that. But again, be professional. You can say, hey, I may play that if it works in my set. So that's another way you can handle this too. You do not have to play any of these song requests, but I do find that if I am receiving these requests, it gives me good information about the patrons of that audience and what type of music they like and what they want to hear. Because if you come in as an EDM DJ and you're at a dive bar setting and you really just want to play EDM and house all night, and they're coming up and they're requesting pop music and hip hop music and Latin music the whole night, and you don't play that music, well, and you don't entertain song requests, well, you're missing out on some key bits of information that you can learn to adapt to that environment. So in my opinion, it's about adapting to these environments, especially if you're an open format DJ. You don't have to play all those song requests, but I find that having a sheet of paper or some scratch paper with a pen that will allow the patrons to tell you what is either maybe hot at the moment, because there has been some times when I have missed key songs that were released that week that I couldn't play that Friday, Saturday night because I didn't download the song in time, but they told me what to download and then I had it for the next weekend. But it gives you good information, it lets the other person feel respected, and then you just have to know how to handle the song requests. So you can say no, you can say I'm going to play that but just not right now. You could say, hey, please be patient, give me some time. You can say, that may work, I will try to incorporate that in my sets, just be patient. So there's various ways to handle this, but the number one rule above all this is just to maintain your professionalism. So there you have it. That is my strategy. Those are my tactics for dealing with song requests. Again, if you're in a dive bar setting, you're probably going to have interaction with the audience, so I think you should entertain song requests. If you're in a club setting, an upper level festival setting, you will not have interaction. There may be security or a booth around you, and then in that case you do not need to entertain those song requests. But the gig you're playing at is probably going to have an expectation for the type or style of music that you should play. So in a way, you are still entertaining the patrons in that audience one way or another. At a private wedding, you're probably going to be given a playlist or given songs, or at least given some opening theme songs for the arrival of the wedding party to play during a private gig like that, because at a private gig you're hired to actually play the music that they really want to hear. So there you really have to entertain the request. So again, that is my tactics and strategy for dealing with song requests. If you like this content, like to see more, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.